Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to Skincare Week. This is the first video of 3 this week that I'm going to be posting all about my skin. If you guys have been following me for more than a year, you would have probably seen my skin transform over the past year and a half or so. There has been so much that's gone into why my skin has cleared up. I have done research, I have tried so many different things, and the reason why I've never even really posted like a skincare routine on my channel, because I wanted to make sure that when I do, I really know my stuff, and I feel like I'm at a place now where I feel like I know what works for me, and I have so much to share with you guys because it's been quite the journey over the past year and a half in clearing my skin. And before the past year and a half, I had acne my whole life basically. I mean, I started developing acne when I was probably 14 or 15 years old. I'm 25 now, so it's been a solid decade of struggling with acne. So I can definitely relate to anybody who is clicking on this video because maybe you want to clear your skin. It's been quite the journey for me, and I'm really hoping that my story will help shed some light on what maybe you could do to improve your skin if that's what you're looking to do. So I wanted to start off this skincare week with just a backstory and also 3 things that really helped transform my skin. And it's not skincare. I'm not going to be talking about skincare yet. I will be doing that in my morning routine and my evening routine on Thursday and Saturday, so stay tuned for those. Obviously, products are very important, but there is so much more that was important to me. And when I switched my mindset from looking for products to looking for the problem inside that was showing up on my skin, that's when things really started to change. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I have a lot of info to share with you guys. Before I get into it, I want to make sure to make a disclaimer that this is something that has worked well for me. If you guys are interested in trying any of the things that I'm going to talk about today, make sure to consult with a doctor before adding in any of these things that I'm about to share with you. Again, this is my story. This is based off of my body, my skin, and so I'm going to share with you every single detail, but of course every person is different and some people might not need to go this extreme. But for me, it's been a long road of consistency with doing a lot of these things that have really brought me results. Just so you know, I don't have any makeup on my skin right now. I just have brows on because it makes me feel better to have brows. But let's talk about the backstory a little bit more. So I'm going to show you guys a few pictures and maybe some video clips of what my skin used to look like, just in case you hadn't seen it before. So I definitely had a lot of active breakouts constantly. It didn't really matter what time of the month it was. I had constant active breakouts. And growing up in high school and stuff, I knew it was just part of puberty. I didn't let it like define me, and I feel like it was actually part of the reason why I got into makeup. I definitely had bad skin, but I didn't have bad confidence because of it, and I feel like that's partially because I learned how to do makeup and I learned how to cover it so that it didn't define me. But that didn't mean that it wasn't frustrating, obviously, and especially into my adult life, I was like, okay, I'm very old to be having acne, in my opinion. And I just felt like, you know, after getting married and after going to college and all of that, like I was still struggling with acne. So about a year and a half ago, I was just fed up. I had tried so many different things and I was to a point where I was like, okay, like I really don't want to deal with this anymore. Like I've been dealing with it for 10 years. I need to do something and I need to find resources and change something because it's not going away. So my first approach was to see a dermatologist, which I had never done in my whole entire life growing up. I had also never had a very good skincare routine. So I kind of came from a background of just growing up not knowing what a skincare routine was. I didn't really care to learn about it. It just wasn't a priority for me then. I would rather spend money on makeup. So I started doing my research and I went to a dermatologist. The first thing that the dermatologist did was look at my skin, and he was like, oh, it's hormonal, which I knew because most of my acne was on my jawline. Literally, the dermatologist like looked at me for 2 seconds and prescribed an antibiotic and sent me on my way and said, you know, if this keeps happening, we can prescribe you to Accutane. And for some reason, I never wanted to do Accutane. Again, if you're somebody who has done that and it's worked for you, more power to you. But for me, I just knew about the side effects and I just felt like it would be a little bit too harsh on my body, and I wasn't sure if that would solve the root problem, because I figured that since my acne was so persistent, it had to be an issue internally, whether it was a hormonal imbalance, diet, something like that. I knew it was something I was going to have to heal from the inside out. So I was determined to do that. So I took the dermatologist's advice and he prescribed me spironolactone, which is supposed to help with hormonal acne and then also an antibiotic, I believe, on top of it. And I took that for one day and I got so dizzy. I just felt like it wasn't good for me. So I stopped that immediately and I started to research other more natural ways to possibly heal my skin. There's seriously so much that goes into it. I'm going to try to do like a Cliff Notes version of everything I've been learning and practicing over the past year and a half or more. The first thing that I started to dive into was my gut health, my diet, the things that I was putting into my body. I knew that I wasn't doing the best I could with my diet. I definitely had the biggest sweet tooth and I was eating tons of sugar, tons of carbs, and then I would find myself complaining about my acne, but I wasn't really willing to change what I was feeding myself. So I started to dive into a little bit of the nutrition side of things and started to clean up my diet that way. Long story short, I definitely found a lifestyle that works really well for me. My overall goal now is to reduce inflammation in my body because acne is just a sign that something is not quite right internally, and acne is also a sign of inflammation. So for me personally, it was really important to reduce that as much as possible, and through trial and error, I have really made it a point to prioritize reducing inflammation. And for me, that means cutting out refined sugars. I no longer eat refined flours, so breads, pastas. I even stay away from white potatoes. I also try not to have too much dairy. I'll have some cheese here and there or any fermented dairy, but I don't drink milk anymore. I always have almond milk. So those are just a few things that I cut out of my diet, which was definitely a journey in and of itself because, again, I had the biggest sweet tooth. It's been something that I really had to change in my mind, and I've had to change my mindset. But for me personally, it has worked. I have felt incredible. I have so much more energy. I now stick to a healthy keto lifestyle, and I make sure to say healthy keto because if you Pinterest search keto, all you see is like bacon and cheese, and that is definitely not enough nutrients. That is not the way that I like to go about the keto lifestyle. So I like to lower my carbs and sugar, and I replace that with really high nutritious foods. So if you guys have followed me on Instagram, you may have seen that my husband and I actually started an Instagram account because we become so passionate about this. It has healed so many things for him, and it has really solved a lot of things that I've been going through too, including acne. We actually started an Instagram account called The Best Keto. I'll have it linked down below if you guys are interested. And we share a bunch of our big salads that we eat. So that's a typical diet for me. I also do intermittent fasting to really help lower and reduce inflammation. Again, you guys, this is not a lifestyle that I've just tried out. Like, I've been trying this for months, almost years on and off. Since early May of this year, I have stuck to it and done it consistently, and I've never felt better. So again, it's something that's really worked for me, and I wanted to make sure to share that with you because I've noticed a huge difference in the balance of my hormones, which again, for me, it's all about fixing what's internally wrong, and then everything else seems to get better. So my hormones are more balanced and I have so much more energy, and then on the outside, like, my skin has really calmed down. It's crazy because I knew the whole time that diet was going to be an important thing to do, because whenever you research like how to get rid of acne, there's always something about eating the right kinds of foods. So I knew it was going to have to be something. And for me personally, my body is just a little bit more sensitive, and I really can't get away with eating whatever I want anymore. If I want to feel good and have clear skin and have energy and have my hormones balanced, like, I've learned that I just have to be more strict, and that's just how things have to be for me. And I'm willing to do it because I feel so much better, and again, it's cleared my skin on top of it. So diet has been a massive part of what has cleared everything up for me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, everything that I'm gonna talk about, it's definitely been an expensive journey, because when it comes to diet and when it comes to finding good whole foods, the grocery bill definitely gets higher, but the way I look at it is, yes, I'm spending more money on organic, nutritious foods, but I'm also avoiding doctor bills. You know what I mean? Like, even dermatologist bills. For me, it's worth it. It's definitely an investment, and it's definitely the first thing that has really transformed my skin. Of course, there's more to talk about, so let's move into supplements. So along with changing my diet, I definitely have incorporated a lot of supplements into my routine that have really helped balance my hormones and cleared my skin. It's been so fascinating for me to really do my research and dive in and learn about how the body works and how certain vitamins can really help to balance things that might be out of balance. And I haven't just learned about it, like I've put it to the test for months now, even years with some of these supplements, and I notice a huge difference. And both with diet and supplements, if I ever get lazy with either of those, my skin freaks out immediately, and so I just know that these things are working, and I also know that I need to be consistent with these in order to continue to see the results that I'm seeing right now. So one of my favorite accounts to follow here on YouTube is Dr. Berg. I've learned so much about the healthy keto diet and intermittent fasting from his channel, but he also makes incredible videos about acne, and I have 2 videos that have changed my life when it comes to the supplements that I take and the results that I see in my skin, and they are both from Dr. Berg. I will have both of them linked down below because he can explain things way better than I can. But basically, the first video is about how to clear acne fast, and he shares a diagram. I highly recommend you guys going to watch his video. He explains everything in depth, and it just makes so much sense to me, and a lot of the symptoms that I was seeing resonated with me, so I gave these 3 supplements a shot, and they have really worked miracles for me. The first thing I take is vitamin B5. Again, you guys, Dr. Berg is the one that really explains how this works in balancing hormones, and the combination of these 3 vitamins have seriously transformed my skin. So the first one is this one right here, vitamin B5. I will have all of these linked down below for you guys if you're interested in them. I also have zinc, and the zinc that I choose to take is this one right here. It's zinc 30. So there's 30 milligrams in here. The thing with zinc is if you're not careful, you can feel a little bit nauseous if you take too much. The 30 milligrams for me works perfectly. I've never had an issue. I definitely always make sure to take this with food though, just to make sure that it doesn't make me feel a little bit nauseous. That's just a common side effect with zinc in general. But this one absorbs really well into the body, so I don't feel anything with this. So this one has really worked well for me. I've tried a few of them over the past year, and this one is my favorite so far. The third one that I love is the extra virgin cod liver oil. I know that sounds kind of gross, but this is the best form of vitamin A. And vitamin A is so crucial, I've learned, to your skin's health. And actually, Accutane, which is something that a lot of people use to treat their acne, is a synthetic form of vitamin A. So it kind of made sense for me to incorporate vitamin A into my skincare regimen or my skin supplement regimen. And I've noticed a huge difference with this. So these 3 right here really help to balance everything, calm everything, and I swear by these 3 supplements. Again, you guys, please ask a doctor before you go ahead and take these. The second video that also transformed my skin was also from Dr. Berg. Again, I will have it linked down below, but I kept noticing around my period that I would break out along the jawline on one side of my face. And about a month or 2 ago, he posted a video that was titled something like, "Why do you get acne on your period?" And I was like, whoa, like this is what I'm going through still. Even though I've been trying so many things and I'd seen such an improvement, around the time of the month, I definitely would still break out. I watched that video, and again, I highly recommend you guys watch that video because it explains everything so well and it makes so much sense. He recommended something called DIM, which is basically a concentrated version of cruciferous vegetables. So cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, those are really great foods, and they actually help reduce inflammation. They help balance hormones. He explains it very well in the video. Again, go watch the video. But I also take DIM right about a week before my period. I will go ahead and throw this into the mix, and it really has helped calm everything down. My skin is actually looking pretty clear, and I'm actually on my period right now, so it's crazy to see that things are still calm when I normally break out during this time of the month. So I have 2 other supplements that I wanted to talk about. The first one is the Halo Kiwi Seed Booster. I've been taking this since it launched. I believe that was over a year ago. So this has been something that I take daily, and I did not just like start taking these supplements just to take them. Like, I had been doing my research. I knew what vitamins were important for the skin. I looked on the back of her bottle, and everything resonates with me personally. There's also a little bit of zinc in here, which is why I like to pair a smaller dose with this because total it's 40 milligrams, which for me has been perfect. But this is amazing. This has really, really helped with the hydration, the clarity, the plumpness, the smoothness of the skin. I don't know, it's just amazing. I really feel like this has also contributed. But for me, there was a deeper issue in healing my gut and healing my hormonal imbalances, which is why I personally choose to add on the other supplements to help with that. But I love this. I stand by this. It's amazing. And so I wanted to share that with you. The last thing that I love to take is a probiotic every day. And I've gone through several probiotics and this is my favorite and I'll tell you why. It's the Hyperbiotics Pro 15 Advanced Strength 15 billion CFU kiwi fruit. It's like a time-released probiotic. And the reason why I chose this one for myself is because it has L. plantarum, which is a strain of bacteria, as the first ingredient. And I learned about different types of bacteria from this book right here. I also recommend reading this book. It's called The Beauty of Dirty Skin, but they actually changed the title of it. I wrote it down. It's now called Dirty Looks. I will have the Amazon link down below. It's the same exact book inside. I'm not sure why they changed the cover and the title, but they did. But this is where I really started to look at my gut and my diet for answers about my skin. And she talks so much about the good bacteria in your skin and on your skin and how important that is. So I learned a lot about that and I made sure to incorporate a good probiotic. She also has like a diet program in there. I personally have just gone through trial and error and I found something different that works for me, but I definitely recommend reading that book if you want to educate yourself a little bit more on how the skin works and what vitamins you could be taking to help improve the health of your skin. So that's basically it for supplements. I also wanted to mention that I did switch my form of birth control from a hormonal version to a non-hormonal. That has been a huge thing for me. It's definitely been a longer process because it's meant that I've had to learn how to heal my skin and it's not a quick fix thing, but I really wanted to make sure that I was balancing everything and I really wanted to make sure that I would be able to gauge when my body was healing and not have extra hormones running through me, kind of throwing everything off when I was putting in so much effort and time and money in trying to heal myself from the inside out. So I wanted to make sure to mention that as well. I know this is kind of getting long, but the third thing that really transformed my skin was finding an esthetician. I, again, never grew up seeing a dermatologist, never knew what a facial really was. I only cared about makeup, but when I was fed up last year, I decided to look for an esthetician and I really feel like I won the lottery with the esthetician that I have. She is incredible. She has taught me so much. This is another one of those things that has been a huge investment for me. I started seeing her last August, so it's been over a year now as well. And it's crazy if you go back and look at any of my videos before last August, you'll see how my skin was. And then after that, you can just see my skin improving in my videos. It's crazy. And my esthetician has helped me so much because she obviously does facials, but she's so wonderful about just kind of looking at my skin every single time I come in there. She customizes a treatment just for me like that day, depending on what I need. So if you are looking for an esthetician, I highly recommend finding someone who is gonna have that personal relationship with you, not just have like a menu of facials that you pick. Like, it's been so important for me to be able to learn from her and to feel like she really has cared about my skin and the state of my skin. She has seriously educated me so much. I ask her questions every single time I'm there. And when I first started seeing her, I did 2 facials a month. So again, definitely an investment for me, but we really wanted to get rid of the inflammation and she did amazing facials that really helped to reduce my active breakouts. And then after we got the active breakouts to go down, we started to work on the scarring on my skin. So the scarring is still kind of there because again, I had acne for like 10 years. So there's still some scarring we're working on right now. And I just noticed like when I don't see her often, my skin starts to feel a little bit more clogged, and she's really been helpful in preventing future breakouts because she does a lot of extractions and she can see and treat blemishes that haven't even formed yet. So it's been really, really helpful in kind of stopping breakouts before they even hit the surface, which has been really nice, obviously. And then there's also treatments that have helped reverse the damage that the acne has caused on my skin, which is like the hyperpigmentation. So that's basically what we've been doing. I have loved seeing an esthetician because for me, it's helped me take out the guesswork. I used to just guess what type of skin products I should use. I used to guess what ingredients would break me out or not. And so it was just this whole vicious cycle of me trying products that I didn't know would work. And so my esthetician has helped guide me and put me in the right direction and help me kind of set up a good routine in the morning and in the evening. She has also recommended products to me. I also bring my skincare products to her. She looks through the ingredients and gives me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Again, we're going to be talking more about products in my morning skincare routine and my evening skincare routine, but seeing an esthetician really has helped. And again, it's an investment. It is not the cheapest thing, especially over time, but I definitely have to give credit to her for educating me on so much, and then for also doing amazing treatments that have really helped to not only clear my acne, but like improve it beyond that, which is something I'm so grateful for. So yeah, seeing an esthetician, if it's something that is possible for you, is definitely something that I would recommend. And like I said before, try to find someone that really cares about customizing a routine for you and who cares about hearing about your lifestyle, and yeah, just cares about you as an individual, because it has really transformed so much about my skin. I'm so grateful for her. So I wanted to make sure to mention that as well. I think that's everything for today. Obviously, that was definitely a Cliff Notes version. I could go in depth on all three of these categories, but I really wanted to just kind of give you the information. I know that was a lot of information, so if you guys have any questions, please comment them down below. And also, if you have any questions or if you would like me to expand on any of these topics, I would love to make videos in the future kind of showing you guys a little bit more. If you guys want to see more things about what I eat, I would love to share it with you. If you guys want to see a facial with my esthetician, I would love to share that with you. It honestly just depends on what you guys want to see. I really want to share everything that I've learned, and I feel like, again, I'm at a place where I'm able to do that, and I'm able to feel confident in the routine that I have built and in the knowledge that I have now. So I really would love to share everything that I know with you guys, as long as you want to see it, of course. So if you want to see that, please let me know in the comments. And for any of you who are watching this video because you're hoping to clear your acne, I hope you know that it is so possible. I definitely had days where I did not think it was possible, and I would cry at night just being like, why? Like, why is this happening to me? I've tried everything, and I felt like I had tried everything. So I really hope that this video helps kind of point you in a good direction if you were someone like me and you just haven't been able to find answers to things. This has worked for me, and I'm hoping that it will help you guys out. So also know that if you have breakouts, because you guys, I still get breakouts. I'm not perfect, and I'm human. And if you're somebody like that, if you struggle with acne, like, just know that it does not have to define you. You are so much more than your acne. But again, I definitely can relate to you 1000%. And there is hope, there are answers, and there are things that you can do that will definitely help your skin improve. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for my other two videos this week, which will be my morning skincare routine and my evening skincare routine. And it's gonna be a little more in depth because I've become really nerdy about the way I do things and the products that I use. So I hope you guys are excited to see those videos later this week. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie, and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. I think I might have moved the camera, so sorry if it was kind of off center there. Anyways, I will have everything listed and linked down below as in-depth as possible to really help you guys, because I know that was so much information. It's like over a year's worth of my trial and error, research and development, and just everything that I've been doing. So I hope you guys aren't overwhelmed. But again, everything will be linked down below. I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.